Joining me now, you heard from Senator McCain, now his colleague Jeff Flake out of Arizona. He will be asking questions later today during the Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing. Senator, thank you for your time here. I know it's been a busy morning. It'll be an even busier afternoon. What's your first question when that hearing starts?
Well, similar to what Senator McCain just asked, why, if it's so vital that we strike, why are we waiting? The president certainly has the authority. He didn't need to come to Congress. And if this is a military operation or something we need to do strategically, it seems strange that we would wait.
So he has now made his decision, and you will at some point be forced to make yours. What will it be?
Right. No, that's why I'm here. I'm here for classified briefings as well as the open hearing. And I hope to learn why it is that we can wait like this. If we need to strike, it seems that we should have done so already, not just when this last chemical attack occurred, but when the first one did months and months ago.
Why do you think the president is waiting and deferring to Congress?
Well, certainly, obviously, politically it's better to have the Congress aligned with you, but strategically it just seems strange to wait and to do this way.
Why strategically?
Well, that's strategically, obviously, if it crosses a red line, you usually retaliate and give effect to what you said. Not wait for a couple of weeks to allow them to move their equipment or to prepare for the attack. It just seems odd. I'm anxious to hear why the administration doesn't feel that that's the case.
Have you been in a classified briefing yet on Syria in the past few days?
I just got out of 1 minute ago.
Okay, I don't know what or how you can characterize this, but we were speaking with a member of Congress who flew to Washington on Sunday, and he was given one of these briefings and came out and said, I'm not convinced. And on top of that, he wasn't happy the president, the vice president were not there because 81 members of Congress came back on a Sunday. Were you convinced based on the evidence that was just presented to you?
Well, I had some specific questions that I won't go into with regard to efforts at diplomacy and what we're doing with some of our allies. But you know, we have a couple more classified briefings today. We have the open hearing as well. So I'm still learning, and so I don't want to comment on that.
Are you skeptical?
Well, like I say, I think the administration really does need to explain the sequence here. Why in the world we're waiting if it's so vital that we act? So I'm still waiting for a good explanation for that. I have not heard it yet.
What the president said this hour is that he has a high confidence that chemical weapons were used. The phrase high confidence, it stuck out to me. Do you have a high confidence, or do you have, or rather, are you convinced that chemical weapons were used?
Well, I think that's beyond dispute. The Syrian government even acknowledges that chemical weapons were used. They're just blaming it on the opposition. So I don't think you'll see as many questions about that today. It seems clear to us that that red line was crossed. It's just why we're going about reacting in this way. That's the bigger question right now.
If the question then becomes we strike in a week as a country, or 2 weeks, or even a month from now, are you saying based on that timeline that you would vote no, or would you still go forward despite the fact that you're not satisfied that a strike hasn't happened already, if indeed
well,
it is that
that's
urgent?
why I'm anxious. That's why I'm anxious to hear in classified settings certainly why the administration believes that we're okay waiting for a couple of weeks. It seems strange. I don't have a military background, but it seems odd to me that you can be just as effective moving a couple of weeks from now as you could be initially or right after the chemical weapons attack. Under the War Powers Resolution, the president certainly has the authority to attack and then come to Congress within 60 or really 90 days afterwards. And so it just seems it seems odd that they've waited.
It's clear from your answers here, sir, and this is the first time we've spoken about this, that there are a lot of gray areas for you in your mind. And I know you're just away for a long August break, but based on what you know from your colleagues, if a vote came before Congress, would the president get the authority to hit Syria?
I think it's too early to tell. I think that's why today's hearing will be very enlightening in that regard in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and I think we'll get a better idea after the next few days.
And back to the chemical weapons issue, are you convinced that Assad did this?
Yes.
Assad.
Well, that who gave the ultimate order?
The government did.
Was it with his acquiescence or full knowledge? Did he actually give the order? Those are some things that we're still getting briefings on.
2:30 Eastern Time is the hearing in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
Right.
Jeff Flake, sir, thank you for your time on the Hill.
Thank you.
We'll speak again. Arthur.